What is going on, guys? Spooky Guy 444 here, coming at you once again with a brand new unboxing. And before we get into this unboxing, I do want to say I apologize greatly for the lack of uploads that you've seen on the channel, and I also want to apologize for the extremely high winds in today's unboxing, but I need to get this out. The main reason that I haven't been as active recently is actually because I have been extremely busy working on my haunted attraction, my brand new professional haunted attraction, Creekside Terror Haunted Trail. If you want to learn more, hit the link below, join our Facebook group, join our Instagram. It would mean the world to me if you guys would support this project. But with that out of the way, today we're going to be unboxing what I truly think is the greatest Christmas animatronic ever made. Right beside me is the parts to the 10-foot Bumble by Techie from Lowe's. This thing, just from the photos and the other videos, it is astounding. It is incredible, and I cannot wait to get into this video. So without further ado, I'm Spooky Guy 444. Huge thanks to Lowe's for partnering with me to make this video possible. If you want to get Bumble, he isn't out yet, but when he's out, I will put the link in the comments. With that being said, I'm Spooky Guy 444, and let's get into the parts of the 10-foot Bumble. Here we go. So for these first couple parts, I'm not even going to lie to you, I'm not going to bother picking them up because they all look the exact same. Let's just move the camera over here real quick for you guys. All his back pieces, those are all his back pieces. Here we have his arms. Very nice, just some classic old arms. Here we have his base, very nice. I like that they went with white to match with everything on him, so that it also better fits outside for Christmas. Super glad they did that. I'm not actually sure exactly what part this is. It could be a few different pieces. My mind is going toward it being the chest. I have no idea what this is. It's just a big bag of fluff. Here we have some, I'm pretty sure, leg pulls. With these leg pulls, they actually have the tethers pre-attached, which is a nice touch. I'm glad that Lowe's and Techie did that. And then over here we have another piece, which could be the waist. It could be anything. I really don't know. So this part here is interesting. This is actually the mechanism for his mouth. It is a completely separate piece, which is very, very odd. However, I do kind of understand why they had to do that, because when we get to the head, you'll see why. It is such a big piece, and just having this giant monster of a mech being attached to it probably would have made the box a lot worse than it already was. I couldn't actually fit the box in my car like I could with a Bone Collector. If you haven't seen his unboxing, go take a look. But with that one, I was able to fold the box up. Bumble, no, not so much. Here we have his base supports. Very, very nice. Right here, I'm not actually sure what's all inside of this one. If I had to guess, it's probably light bulbs and stuff like the control box. Here we have his string lights and his constructions that he also, very interesting enough, comes with a metal tether, which is very, very interesting because Techie, Lowe's, all them don't do that. That's only an SVI and Home Depot thing. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. Very, very curious. Inside this box here is his clothes, his entire body, and his feet. And then along with that, I also have his stakes in here because, of course, he does come with classic Techie giant stakes. Here we have his hand that'll hold some of the string lights up, and then here we have his hand that holds the star. And just look at the size of the star compared to my head. That's crazy. Here we have a piece of his head. It probably goes on the back, just kind of form out the back a little bit, but it's just a big vacuum forming piece. Very, very strange. But finally, last but definitely not least, we have the head. Look at the size of this thing. Dude, oh my gosh, it's so big. That's insane. But yeah, look at this thing, is massive. It's got a ton of detail, but I'm super excited to get into this. And fun fact, the head that this box comes in is probably as big as like Desmodus's box from Spirit Halloween. It is a massive box. But with that being said, I'm Spooky Guy 444, and now let's get into the setup of Bumble. All right, so the first thing that we are gonna do is we are gonna get our poles labeled A and B, and then we're just gonna snap lock those bad boys into A, and we're just gonna snap lock those bad boys into B. Very nice. Coming up next, we're gonna get our parts labeled E, and we're gonna get our parts labeled F. One of these is a control box. I'm doing this wrong, hold on. Looks like we're gonna have our feet like this. So we're gonna slide that first foot right over there, and then there's a slot for the foot cover, and it's just gonna pop right in there. You gotta line it up a little bit. And then you pretty much do the same thing with the other foot right over here, sliding it in and matching it with that slit there to put it into the foot cover. So next up, we're actually gonna get this part here. It's one of those 3Y pieces, and it's gonna snap lock right in here, matching D to D and C to C, which is definitely strange. So he's like a triple pole, but he's not really a triple pole. It's just kind of there to add extra stability, which is good. I'm glad that they did that. And then now you're going to get your next 3 set of poles with matching F to F, which is the control box, which also, by the way, of course, with Bumble being the size that he is outdoor rated. However, he does come with a lot of safety precautions due to his size and also just the material that he's made of. While it is weather resistant, it is definitely going to get very, very dirty outside if you have him near a bunch of grass and whatnot, and it'll get soggy and gross. So just be wary of that when you do get him. I still do absolutely recommend him, not even done with the setup yet, but just to let you guys know. Now coming up next, we are going to get our tether pieces here. They're all a little wrapped up, so just be wary of that. Might want to untie them, unscrew them, whatever you got to do. And we're going to match these up with H to H, I to I, and J to J. Now we're going to get the other 3Y piece, and we're going to put it up here. This is matching K, L, and M, just like so. And as you can see, he is already looking to be about 7'5", 8 foot, and we haven't even got a bunch of parts on just yet. So that is just a testament to the size of this mighty, mighty beast from the Rudolph series. So here is A1, and it looks like it's actually just going to go right down here. Now, to figure out which way it goes specifically, I'm unsure. Then we're going to do the same thing over here on this side for B1, and it's just going to slide in the exact same way that we just put A1 in as well. Now up next, we're going to get this piece here for the front. This is M1. Now, I'm not necessarily sure where this goes up here because, like I said, there is so many support pieces. This is insane. So up next, I actually wasn't expecting us to do this already. We're actually going to snap lock the head in. Not the head itself, however, though. We're actually snap locking in the mouth mechanism. Yeah, so it's a pretty interesting part. But it looks like we're going to do something like this, matching Q to Q and P to P. I'm sorry if you can't really see what's going on right now, but we're going to get something like that. Okay, so this is already getting long, so I'm actually going to do a time lapse of putting all these back frame pieces on and whatnot. I think it would be easier than me going yada, 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 yada. So I'm going to start doing that right now. Have this mighty Bumble set up. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. You just saw the demo, so let's get right into it. First of all, I do want to talk about the cons. I don't have many. I really don't. He's not 100% accurate, and I don't blame them. Obviously, the way that his fur was designed in the movie and maybe his proportions wouldn't equate too well as a real animatronic. So that's understandable, but I still think he looks absolutely fantastic. But my major con, and really my only con, but it is pretty big, is the setup. The setup for this thing is a nightmare. This setup is absurd. Let's see, as you can see, I did a time lapse for about half of it maybe. This setup took me almost 2 hours, more than any animatronic I have ever made. It is insane. Now, obviously, there is a lot of parts to him, but those parts I really do feel like are extremely unnecessary, and that being the internal frame pieces. Let's see, something interesting about Bumble is that inside the head is a vacuum form panel that goes on top of his head. Why wasn't that utilized everywhere else on the prop besides all of these back frame style pieces that kind of fill him up? And I think they do a good job of filling him up, don't get me wrong, but they just feel so unnecessary. And I think there would have been a lot better options had they really thought about it, especially because there's actually foam padding right in here that is used for padding on top of the frame pieces. So it's like there's a bunch of stuff that I really do feel like is super, super useless on Bumble, but there is a lot of stuff that I do absolutely love. And now we're gonna talk about things I love. Obviously, the lighting is constant, and I'm super happy that they added constant lighting on them. You can't really see it right now because it is daytime, but some of these cinematic shots that I'm doing right now are from the nighttime. And as you can see, there they are in all their glory. On top of his eye lights, he also has, of course, the spinning star and the bulbs that hang from his arms as well, all light up constantly, and it's super, super nice. I love that feature. The quality is impeccable. Something that Lowe's and their Giants have been showing recently is that just the quality is fantastic. The welds are great. There's nice, heavy, thick metal. He weighs over 100 pounds. So that is perfect, and that's amazing. I'm super happy with that. Even the fur quality is extremely good. It's super soft. It's super nice. Will it get pretty damp in the weather? Yeah, probably, but it's something you got to make a sacrifice with when you're making a prop like Bumble made for outdoors. And I'm glad they did make him outdoor rated. It was something I'm worried about because in the past, Techie with big animatronics with fur, they decided not to make him outdoor rated, Mecha Wolf. So I'm really happy that they did make him outdoor rated. And finally, the detail work is actually really, really good. Of course, we have the hands that are nice and sculpted, both of them. The mouth looks great, and it's just the proportions are insane. Obviously, he's not truly size accurate to Bumble from the film, because if that were the case, he'd be like as big as my house. But I'm super happy with him. He's amazing. He's impressive. And honestly, another con, his audio is really short. I wish he had longer audio, or maybe even movie audio with like the music playing and his roar, and you hear Yukon in the background being like, oh, it's Bumble, whatever. I don't know. I don't remember the movie that well, but I do love the movie. And that is why, with all that being said, he is 110% my favorite Christmas animatronic ever made, and is easily in the top 10 of animatronics across the board of 2024. This thing is incredible. I'm super happy with it. Honestly, for 500 bucks, I'd say it's pretty worth it. The build, the quality, it's all there. It all is nice and perfect. If you have the space and the money, go and get you one of these bad boys. It is fantastic. And if you want him when he's online, he's not online yet, but come back to this video. I will link below my creator code link so that you guys can support me while purchasing Bumble from Lowe's. And with that being said, I'm Spooky Guy 444. Thank you so much all for watching. Special thanks once again to Lowe's for giving me this animatronic for you guys to see today. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.